really am impressed with this book. People talk about the fact that Americans don't really know much about Iran, and that's really true. Of course, we don't know very much about anything, actually. People, can't name the President of the United States. They don't know who their representative is, and so forth. But they don't know Iran, and that's true. And in a way, it's perfectly understandable because, Iran is really complicated. This is not beginners, politics 101. It is really a complicated system. It doesn't behave according to almost any of the rules that people understand to be the rules. And so the fact that a lot of people don't understand it is certainly comprehensible. But for those who are really interested, there really is no excuse. There has been a lot of good reporting about Iran over the years in a lot of different places, but I can't think of anybody who has consistently over a long period of time done a better job than Scott. It really has been an extraordinary performance. And I agree with him because it's very clear to me as just a reader that the Monitor granted him room to do what he does in a way that most newspapers simply would not. The Monitor, the Christian Science Monitor, has always been known, at least in my lifetime, which goes back quite a ways, has been known as a paper that is really serious, especially about the Middle East, and it produces really excellent reporting on the Middle East. But it obviously gives its people. Scott was the correspondent for them for some 15 years and made 30-some trips in and out of Iran. And the Times and other newspapers had people who went in and out, but then they went off and did other things. And the idea of having somebody who stayed with the story all the way through, at least in modern American journalism, is really extraordinary. And for my own part, I really appreciate that. There are other serious people that covered it, but I think Scott has really been an exceptional case. The other thing that is a little unusual, I know there are a lot of people here that are in the newspaper business, but Scott in this book doesn't just relate his interviews. He dips into the political science literature. There's a historical context that goes with this story that carries along, and it's not just an episodic bit of flashes. It is a coherent piece that actually will tell you, it's a big book, but it will tell you what was going on in Iran during that entire period of time, and basically give you the context for really understanding where it would go next. Scott can really write. You expect journalists to be able to write, but journalists don't always write books, and this is good. But he is also, as people suggested in the intro, he's really a good photographer. And there are pictures in the book, and they're okay. The website is really terrific, and the photos that are there, the slideshows that are there, give you a picture of Iran in glowing color that you simply won't find very many places, and if you really want to know what's going on there. So anyway, I strongly recommend his website, which has a name that is difficult to remember, but I think you should look it up and find him because the slideshow is really good. Well.